Welcome to the First 40 Sports Show with the squad. It's Black Thor, Icewater, and Puma, and we're talking college football. Things have changed in college football, but some things remain the same. The big game last week against Oregon and Ohio State, I thought Ohio State made some crucial mistakes down the stretch with the clock and everything else. But I fear that this may be the swan song for the Ohio coach. But we're going to go to the guys with this question and what they want to talk about as far as this question. I'm going to let Ice stew on this for a little bit. But I remember we talking about this years ago about the 12-team playoff system. And I know you two were against it at first. What do you think about it now and how it's kind of playing out, Black, in the season right now?
You're correct. I was against it big time at first. And I think with the addition of everything that's happened since they were talking about it a few years ago, the NIL, the trade portal, and as such, and I look at college football now as parity. That's great for the 12, the top 12, bro. It makes it really exciting. It adds a different layer now to each week watching football because college football. Before when you just watch, you kind of paid attention to the top 4 teams, what they did on a weekly basis. And sometimes they weren't playing, a big school or a big game. You really didn't kind of pay attention. Now, man, you're looking at the top 12, you're looking at the top 20, you're looking at schools that can kind of slide in. So it's kind of brought new excitement to even watching college football.
Ice, let me get your thoughts on this, man, because I know we've talked about it over the years, and it's like, no, leave it to the 4, leave it to the 4. Now it's the 12, and to me, it's looking a little bit different, and it's making teams kind of, play with everything on the line right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think early on I was a little apprehensive, but when they made the move to start letting teams move, or they not even letting teams, but teams taking it upon themselves to change conferences. Like you look at the SEC and all of that with Oklahoma, Texas. You look at the Big Ten, UCLA, USC, Oregon, Washington, whatnot. When I saw that, I was like, they have to change it. Because if you have, let's say, for instance, the majority of the best teams in 1 or 2 conferences, and you want the best results, you got to expand the field because 4 is not going to make it because people are going to lose. I mean, you'd almost have to be perfect, and that's not going to happen as we're seeing right now. So, yeah, then the 12 started made more sense to me because it's like if you want to do it and you want to make sure that it's right, then you do 12. My only concern, truthfully, otherwise with the 12 was the factor that they keep growing it and growing it. You don't need to be 16, 20, all that crap. 12 is it. No more.
What game stood out to you, Ice? I know I watched the Ohio State Oregon game, and my heart just sank when oh boy, I don't know what he was thinking. I really don't know what he was thinking, and let the clock ran out. But I blame it on the coaching staff because they didn't do a good job in clock management at all. Your thoughts on the game or players that stood out this week?
Yeah, I mean, you got to start right there. From the standpoint of Ohio State, they was right there in the mix. A lot of penalties, defensive lack of defense, lack of fundamentals. Especially in that defensive secondary. You have got to learn how to play the run with the ball and look back for the ball. That's 7th grade stuff right there. You learn how to ball you man like in basketball. You got to know where the guy is. You got to know where the ball is, and you turn around and see it. But they were so physical with grabbing that either a penalty or they was getting run. Somebody was run by him. And I know a lot of those guys have been told how great they are and you're going to be all this in the NFL. But hell, you got to play your game first here in college because they got exposed. But I think they got to correct the mistakes and they got to get better because to me, they beat themselves in that situation. I know it's a lot of hype and whatever with the game, but they beat themselves. They were still in the game despite what they did. The other game I'll say is the factor real quick is Alabama surviving South Carolina. There was a lot on the line. You look at a lot of teams that was like, they barely, escaped. Penn State escaped, and they're number 3. I'm like, really? So they that good now? They number 3? I mean, I don't care. It's one way or the other. But you escape, and all of a sudden, ooh, here, Penn State. Hell, why not put Notre Dame at 4? Anyway,
No.
Why not?
You had me. You lost me right there.
I'm just saying. That's what it seems like they doing. Yeah. How you just escape and you barely get over here. USC is a good team, they're not a great team. Then all of a sudden, look, it's Penn State's turn. Come on up, Penn State. Come on up. Anyway, I'll talk about that in my final shot.
All right. Black, your thoughts, man.
It's interesting. I'm gonna start with Penn State, man, because I said last week I questioned their ranking. 3 might be a little high, but I will say this though. I was watching some of that game, and years ago, that's the type of game Penn State would have lost. And I remember the coach going at halftime saying that we're gonna come out, we're gonna do better in the second half, and they did. I'm not used to see Penn State battle back, man. So I was kind of impressed by that. What I'm seeing with what Ice was saying about some of these defenders with Ohio State, let me just go with them. I think what's happening, a lot of these football camps for these kids, man, before they get to college, are giving these fat heads. They're not learning the fundamentals, but they get these fat heads. They're looking at the NFL. And even when they go to the NFL, man, they don't know how to cover. They don't know how to tackle. We see that in the NFL. I mean, I'm just going to do a quick synopsis, really. I watched the Cowboys yesterday, and I watched, what's the name, number 7, his brother Diggs. He literally stuck his arm out to tackle someone. All these cats do is elbow, punch the ball out. They don't know how to wrap up. Simple, basic fundamentals. They're not learning, man. They're not learning that in college. They're not learning that before college. But yet, they show up on a college campus already in NFL mentally. They're already there, and the hype has put them there. But Ohio State, to me, even though they lost that game, I'm going to give them some props, man. They were there. The quarterback made a bad decision. I watched some guys today say he's not a good quarterback. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that, man. He's not, what they had in the past. He's good enough for that team. If they work on some things, get some things taken care of, they're going to be there when it's all said and done.
Yeah, and I think we talked about this yesterday. One more loss for that coach against Michigan or Penn State, and I think he's out of Ohio State. Ice, your thoughts?
Man, look, first of all, I get that. Look, I hear what you're saying. I don't think if they lose to Penn State, he's out. If they lose to the team up north, it's a wrap. Because I was looking at this too, that if Ohio State finishes undefeated, wins the rest of their games, Oregon wins the rest of their games, but I think Oregon is going to run the table. You can see Ohio State and Oregon rematch in Indianapolis in December. And that might be one I'm going to jump in the car and go on and watch in person. Because I want to see that in person. Yes, sir, if that happens.
Black, loss against Michigan? Yeah, okay.
And I'm going to say this, man. It's going to be tough to lose to Michigan this year, man. It's just, if you lose to Michigan this year, if that coach moves and mentally, Michigan has you mentally, and I don't get it, because Michigan's they're not good this year. Last year, I understand, maybe the year before, it's that rival. But if they lose to Penn State, I'm not going to swing it too much. I don't believe they will. But yeah, you go down to Michigan. I'm not saying they should fire him, but I'll be damned if the locals may not be calling for his head. Man, that's all for that Michigan.
All right, let's go to the NFL where they play pro football. And the game that my father said that they didn't show it in his region. And I'm like, man, you didn't want to see that. You really didn't want to see that. And it seemed like, Black, that Detroit wanted to make a statement to Dallas, even though Dallas is decimated on the defense. They wanted to make a statement that you are not on this level, and we're going to show you in your backyard that you're not on this level that we are on.
I don't hear about no decimated defense, man. When those cats was out there, they was getting the same thing fed to them. They was getting their ass served to them. So I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to hear it. You got a $60 million quarterback.
I tried, Cowboys fans.
Man. You got a $60 million quarterback overthrown, throwing it to set. I mean, it's just, I feel sorry for Jerry Jones. I really do, because this pocket has to be empty. And that team is pitiful, bro. And you're right. Detroit basically toyed with them yesterday. When you got a head coach at halftime telling your defense, well, not speaking directly to him, but Dan Campbell said, we want to open up the playbook even more at halftime. Forget about taking the feet off the pedal. Nah, we got plays. We ain't even run yet. We want them to run more. I'm like, that's no mercy, bro. Keep in mind, he was a tight end coach there years ago. You don't know what type of demons he might be exercising when he plays the Cowboys, man. But he was taking it out on him, man. I couldn't turn for that game. I was laughing too much, but I couldn't turn. You was out bouncing around watching different games.
I had to turn. I couldn't take it anymore. I had to turn.
No, man, I loved every minute of it. Every minute. When he was back, what you doing, bro? They don't figure you out. All that cocaine and stuff you changing don't matter. They don't figure you out. You couldn't even get a touchdown yesterday. I'm tired of the hype. And then guess what? They got San Fran coming soon. They can play that in London, Brazil, Mexico. It doesn't matter.
Well, Ice, Detroit gave a happy birthday to Jerry Jones yesterday, sitting there watching it. And your thoughts on the game, bro?
Yeah, he was. I mean, you saw Jerry. He was like, oh my God, he flabbergasted. I couldn't get the word out. He was so messed up that he was on his birthday. And you can't say, the one word I didn't like him using, if he did use it, was shocked. How the hell are you shocked? I'm just saying, I told y'all earlier in the year. I told y'all before the season started what it was gonna be like. Oh no, oh you're not optimistic. Optimistic, my okay. I'm trying to tell you, you got to see it for what it is. They keep showing you the same thing over and over. Just because everybody rather choose, we them boys. No, you not. No more. You ain't earned the right to be them boys. That was 1995, bruh. That was the boys. You ain't the boys. And every week or whatever, couple so often, they gave Dak the money. Everybody excited. Jerry now is like, I can't believe this on my birthday, on my motherfucking birthday. That's what I would have went in the locker room, cussing people out. But it is what it is. I mean, they understand where they're at, and now to a point where if you don't believe me now, I don't know when you're gonna believe me. I said the best I saw them doing, if at all now, is barely over 500, barely, and they be lucky to get at that point. I said that from the beginning. My brother and I had predictions down. He'll tell you that's what I saw. And I had to say real quick on any other games is very impressed by the way that Green Bay handled Arizona. Blew me away. I'm sitting there going like, where the little man at? And they were like, nah.
You
So
couldn't see over the line. They wouldn't let them see over the line.
I mean, but it's just the point. They still come in to play hard.
Yeah.
He's running, he's doing everything he can. And Green Bay was like, Jordan Love, like, I'm about to throw these 4 touchdowns and that's gonna be it. They are something else.
All right.
I'm gonna say 2 things real quick, if you don't mind. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Harrison Jr. had a concussion yesterday, so we got to keep an eye out, bro. Young receiver, rookie, had a concussion. Second thing, Roger Goodell, I'm saying this to you, bro. Right to you, man. If I got an email, if I got to bring it to your office, I'm saying this. At the end of the season, you must make a declaration the Cowboys are no longer America's team. We don't want that being associated with them no more, man. We got to take that title away. You can have a poll decide which team you want to give it to, but it can't be the Cowboys anymore. I don't want to hear it anymore. They're no longer an American embarrassment. They're not the America's team. Let's go.
I hear Taylor Swift fans getting ready to vote on that. But Major League Baseball, man, then they were for Ice. And real quick, it looked like the Mets, the Dodgers should have left some runs in the back pocket for the Mets today because the Mets coming out and they serious. And the Yankees play tonight. And so what do you see in those series, man?
Well, first of all, I mean, you got to look at it, especially with the Dodgers and the Mets. The Mets been waiting a long time. They spent a lot of money. They lost a GM that was doing some shenanigans allegedly behind the scenes, brought them all that talent, and they've been waiting for it to explode. Now it's coming to fruition. It's coming to a point. So Dodgers beat them, blast them out game 1. Game 2, they right here. So they showing you. It's kind of like, I'm going to put that old Tom Brady thing. Dodgers, if you better take it, because if you don't want it, we'll take it. I see the Mets being that hungry. So the Dodgers, they have all the money and spent the money. Time for them to rise up. I expect them to advance, but if they come in here BSing, the Mets will find a way to try to be there. And the other series, Yankees and Guardians, amazing play by the Guardians and beat the Tigers. Amazing. Yeah. Wow. And they're playing, doing what they had to do, but we already know. As much as I keep getting these texts talking about Judge ain't this, the Yankees is still the Yankees, bro. And until the Guardians find a way to step up and put them down and put them out their misery, they're gonna be right there, and they can win it. So we still want to see Yankees Dodgers. A lot of us, because that's where the money is, but we don't know. I think it's kind of up in the air still, but I'm glad these 4 teams are together. I think it's gonna be a really good race. Hopefully, we will get Yankees Dodgers.
Yeah, Black, I was one of those folks who text the Ice talking about Judge. I pulled one of you. I just said Judge. Where is he? We can't find him. So WNBA. Now, Black, I said a few weeks ago, looked like the Liberty and the Lynx. It is, and they are battling.
Bro, I'm going to tell you something. I mean, some people are trying to throw cold water on it, but the ratings for the first game was about 1 million viewers. And you think about this. There was one player not even there. So we can't attribute all the success to one player. People are paying attention, and you're right, they are balanced. And Lainey Hilton, no one saw her coming. She came out and scored 20 points. Unknown, but girlfriend got the work done. So, yeah, I got a funny feeling, when it's all said and done, Liberty kind of walk away, they'd be victorious. But quiet is things been kept. And I'm not sure it's a good move. And we talked about this, about the league and stuff. They got a new team, man, going to Golden State. It's going to start next season. Hopefully it works out well. But Golden State, that's nice. Real nice. Congratulations on that move. And it's expanding, man. You look at some players that might be coming out this year's draft for the WNBA. Who knows? Who knows? And I'm going to say something like the Cheryl Swoop. Sis, stop with the hate. You guys had your turn. You had your time. You was out there. You dominated. Stop hating on this young group. Seriously. Stop being so critical.
We're going to go to our quick hitters portion of the show. Ice, quick hitter, either a question or a thought or comment that you want to make at this particular time about sports.
NFL. I just read something where they talking about Roger Goodell could see the Super Bowl being somewhere international. I mean, that's all well and good, bro, but it's right here, bro. Don't do that. I mean, no, you go ahead and do it. Unless you're going to Brazil and you got some free travel arrangements. It is about America. And I know you're trying to expand the game, do whatever you got to do, but end of the day, bro, this is where you get your money at. So you can go to England as many times you want to, and there will be nothing like right here in the good old USA.
Whoa. Black?
I'm going to jump right on that, man, because I'm telling you right now, bro, I can see it in the next 5 years. Absolutely, bro. When you watched that London game yesterday, you saw the Chicago Bears jerseys. Bro, you got to take it somewhere. You got to. I mean, realistically, this sport is huge. Not only here in America, trust me, they done beat the pants off here in USA. They done made all the money they can make with the DraftKings and this, that. They got the Raiders in Las Vegas. That is more capital to take it out of the United States. Could you imagine? Let's say they put it in Brazil or Mexico. Man, the flights are going to be going over there, the parties, everything that's going on. I'm saying,
I'm going to try to go. I'm going to really try to go. Oh, yeah.
Yes, man, about that. Come on, man. I mean, it's like, passport bros, man, please. Husbands going to be leaving their wives.
Quick hitter, Black.
My quick hitter goes to Aaron Rodgers, man. I have never seen a more diva NFL player than him. I'll be honest with you. My man played a role in this quarterback. I'll be honest. He played a role in this NFL coach getting fired last week. And I'm going to say this. I know sometimes we have to do things to decorum. But if y'all remember a couple of weeks ago when this coach went to go hug Aaron Rodgers pushed him, I would have pushed that son of a bitch back. I'm sorry, man. He pushed me off of him. He got to do. We're on live camera. Forget about the decorum. Don't smile on his face. He's pushing you off the way. It tells you right there. He's pushing you and he's stabbing you in the back at the same time. What a diva.
Wow. Any response on that, Ice?
No, I mean, it's just things have changed so much. They were talking about players, they were so physical back in the day, couldn't play today. The whole game has changed. People get mad, screaming at their own fans because you sucked. Your performance was bad. What they do that at? It's Philadelphia. They booed Rocky. The hell?
And Santa Claus.
Yeah. Yes. And you booing them, then you come back. Well, I was feeling myself. I wasn't feeling good that day. So I'm sorry. Zip.
Yeah. Last second shot, Ice.
Yeah, last second shot. I told you I had something for y'all. So I know Ohio State lost, and y'all, everybody like, ooh, oh no, they're gonna fire the coach, all that stuff. Anyway, but let's look at this. Don't get too comfortable because this week might be the best schedule of college football all season long. So everybody feeling real good about your team, you better saddle up because it's showtime right now. Real quick, let me throw this at you. We got coming up Penn State at Wisconsin. We're going to keep it moving. Alabama at Tennessee. Let's keep it going. Georgia at Texas. Let's go. LSU at Arkansas. Illinois at Michigan. Notre Dame at Georgia Tech. Boise State versus UNLV. Pittsburgh versus Syracuse. And Indiana and Nebraska. Okay? Turn your TVs on. Don't be scared now because it might be your turn.
Black, last second shot.
I'm going back to what I said earlier, man. I love the WNBA, but watching it for a long period of time. And I remember some of the old legends. Tina, what's her name? I can't teach her playing Houston. I can't think of her name. I can see her face, but I can't think of her name. I always remember you all, but y'all got to do. And I'm not saying Tina's. I said earlier about Cheryl Swoops and Cynthia Cooper said some things too. Let these young ladies play and develop. Yeah, you might have been better. You might have done some things in order to paying attention, but it's not your time now. Take your makeup off. Sit next to your husband, your girlfriend, probably, and enjoy the game. Stop it. Stop the hate. Stop the hate. Stop the jealousy. You can't do it no more.
Sprinkled a little Mark After Dark in there. I was very, very, very saddened by the news of Louis Tiant, pitcher from the Boston Red Sox, who passed away last week, who had a unique pitching style, and he passed away. There's a lot of legends passing away. And so remember to give these legends their flowers before they go. But Louis Tiant was a guy that my father made me sit down and said, you got to watch this guy pitch. And we used to just get a kick out of seeing him look up in the air like he was getting the pitch sign from heaven above and throwing those pitches. And it used to confuse a lot of bats. So peaceful journey, my friend. We'll be back next week.